Good evening, everyone, once more. As she said, my name is Joseph. For those that we might be meeting for the first time, I've seen a few brothers who are not Zambian, and that gives me a very great feeling to know that we are brothers and sisters who are eager to actually see the work that the Lord blessed me to put forward. So to start with, I'm very pleased and humbled that each and every one of you took time to be at this prestigious event. It means so much to me. I started writing the book roughly 14-15 months ago, and throughout the writing process, definitely it was a roller coaster. I think everybody who has written any piece of work will agree with me that there will be times when you feel like you probably can't. Is this piece of work worth to bring to the world? Or you might probably just make it a WhatsApp status or a Facebook post and just forget about it. But I kept on pushing, and definitely seeing this piece of work today gives me so much joy. But what gives me greater joy is seeing all of you who have decided to come and be part of this event. Thank you so much, and I'm really, really humbled. Before I go on, allow me to recognize a few people. Firstly, I'll start with Mr. Samazaka Kaumba, who happens to be the consular at the Zambian embassy. I think all of us who have had passport issues or any of those consular-related matters, we have encountered him at one point or the other. A round of applause for him. Thank you so much. Other than that, we also have Dr. Gerald Musa. I think medical students should have interacted with him at one point or the other. He specializes in neurosurgeon, and he's one person who has been so instrumental and has been part of the process of us even being here. Thank you so much, sir, for finding time today. Dr. Bupe, also another instrumental individual, has been part of the process, and I'm glad that you found time to be here. Thank you so much, I'm really honored. Dr. Francess, I'm sure some of you are wondering, like, is she from the embassy? Is she at Rodin? Most Zambians are probably wondering. She's from Sierra Leone, and she's pursuing a PhD at Rodin, and yet another individual that has decided to be part of this event. She had a very tight schedule before this, but she said, I'll definitely make it, and I'm going to be there. Thank you so much. Other than that, we also have Dr. Nyambose, pursuing his PhD as well at Rodin University, a master's in quality control in drugs, and many other. He really likes books a lot. One individual that I consulted when I was writing the book, one individual I gave to go through my work and give me feedback, and I'm also happy, sir, that you found time to be here. I cannot manage to go on and on, but allow me to simply say thank you so much to each and every one of you who came, and I hope that this event shall have an impact on each and every one of us lives, and I hope that we can interact and find something meaningful in today's event. Thank you so much, and enjoy yourselves.
Eat with kings, it's not the tree, it is the root. That's why we're bearing all the wrong fruit.
Our participants at least to say something about themselves and give an introduction about some of their works and the things that they have done, basically so that the audience can have a bit of understanding of what they have on stage.
Keep me close.
apologies, I want to reintroduce Pumpy, now with a righteous pursuit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I must admit that for some time I thought that she was describing some big man, something like that. I was almost looking around. I didn't know she was actually talking about me. But thank you for that. Allow me to state that even for a man who has been described in those very elaborate terms, it is not easy to speak after a well-articulated discussion such as the one we had here. The whole discussion has already been aptly described. It was indeed thought-provoking. But nonetheless, allow me to also state this, that I am extremely honored. I've been thinking as I've been seated here, you know, what really does it take to write a book? Can I write a book myself? You know, and perhaps we have given it because it testifies to the, you know, not only the ambition but also the abilities of an extremely talented and driven young man. And not just any other young man. This is a young man who is one of our own. Okay? Joseph Mwale is a young man who I've known for, I think, the past 2 years since I've been here. And I must say, at first, he did not strike me like the type that would write a book. You know the way it is, you know, the issue of perception. You understand? So when he approached me and told me, Asa, you know, I've actually written a book and this is, I was like, in my heart I was like, really? And I thought he was bluffing until he showed me a copy, and I'm one of those that have been privileged to have received a signed copy of this book. And so this is a proud moment for me. And I speak not only on my behalf, I also speak on behalf of the ambassador, who is also a recipient of a copy. He told me, because I briefed him, that I'm going to, you know, attend the event. So he told me to, you know, pass his congratulations on behalf of the Embassy of the Republic of Zambia here in Moscow, and to communicate to you that much as he would have wanted to be here, but due to other commitments he cannot be, but you must take it from me that we are proud of you, and we wish that you will take this talent, this gift that you have, to higher heights. I only have one thing
to go out there and get what we think we deserve. I don't think you'd like to be friends with any of such people, but that's you. Having a wrong perception on what we think we deserve is what gives even rise to the second chapter in the book, which is, you know, entitlement. When I think I deserve a certain type of life, I start believing that I'm entitled to it. And so when I'm interacting with people around me, I'll be expecting them to do certain things to me. You know? And this sometimes begins, I think, when there was an interaction here, a question was asked about the upbringing. It can have an effect on how a child is brought up. If everything is given to me by my parents, you know, I just have to cry and something is going to be given to me. Well, I'll grow up thinking that's how things are. You know, there's this crazy understanding where we think when a baby is crying, I think Dr. Gerald mentioned, like when a baby smiles at you and you smile back, you are telling the baby that it's good to smile. And so, when a baby is born, they don't know anything. It's what we reflect back to them that informs them on how the world is. So, you know, most of the time we get it wrong. Babies cry for two reasons, most of the times. A baby will cry when they are in pain, and the other thing the baby will do is they will cry when they need something, or when they just want to manipulate you. And the problem that we do is when a baby cries, what do? Give him a sweet. Tomorrow he cries, give him a sweet. All of us are trying to get the money, all of us are chasing whatever we're chasing. Nobody's just gonna come and hand it over to you. You have to fight and get what you want to get. And now, because you grew up crying for things and they were given to you, well, you think the world is against you. So this aspect of entitlement, which is coming from you wrongly believing that you deserve something, when you don't get what you think you're entitled to, you now think, whoa, I'm a victim. The whole world is against me. This person I was dating, is just a bad partner. I applied for this university, they didn't pick me, probably I'm just scarce or anything of that nature. Where did it start from? It started from you believing you deserve something, and you did nothing about what you think you deserved. So now you gave birth to an entitlement type of a mindset. This type of entitlement mindset was disappointed because the world would not respond to your fantasy, and now you think you are a victim. So, not to waste much of the time, the book mostly borders on deservingness, what you think you deserve, entitlement, which is as a result of what you think you deserve, victimhood, when you don't get what you think you deserve and what you think you are entitled to. Then I talk about personal responsibility, which goes back to what the topic was here. Is it okay to assign some sense of responsibility to victims? And I think it's a two-way thing. Dr. Bupe alluded to the fact that she's working with children, and sometimes she sees a 2-year-old child who is raped, maybe even a 1-year-old child. Can we say diapers were enticing? Like, really? I don't think that's a reason that any normal human being can give. Then I end on a very light note. I compile some means, because I've noticed as young people, we have this tendency of a certain behavior that maybe my friends do not like, or somebody told me about something that they didn't like in me. And as long as I can find a meme that justifies that action, I'll post it and make sure they see it. As long as they see it, my action is justified. So I also talk about memes and how they help to amplify negative attitudes that we have as individuals. I will not go much into that, so I'm sure, I don't know if questions have been asked already. You can read out the question that you have and we'll get to interact, and any other questions that you might have. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the African culture is different from the American culture, or whites and blacks are different. For example, when a white person goes underwater, a white person comes out calm, relaxed and collected. And get on a choker very calm and collected. But there's just something about we blacks. I believe words can be my witness. And now it's a thing, if you think I'm lying, the Zambians in Moscow are hosting a party, pool party. Most of you are going to bear witness with me. There's just something about blacks when they go underwater. I do not know what happened. Whites will come out underwater. Oh my God, the water's so amazing. So cool, calm, collected. Professional. But we blacks. So crazy. What is it? So crazy.
And I know I've been stressing, I've been overthinking. I'm just wishing I was here with you to feel the pain with you. I'm just wishing I can take away all that you've been through. I'm just wishing you can walk again without a help or two. And I know I've been overstressing, I've been overthinking. I'm just wishing I was here with you to feel the pain with you. I'm just wishing I can take away all that you've been through. I'm just wishing you can walk again without a help or two. I know you wondering how that makes me feel, but I'm a man now. I gotta go now, and she's so fine. She reminds me of you with your smile. It's been a long time, I just hope I make you proud. I won't take you for granted. No, 'cause I know this life is God's hand. Yeah. Don't cry, dry your eyes. Everything's gonna be alright. Don't cry, dry your eyes. 'Cause everything's gonna be alright. Don't cry, dry your eyes. Everything's gonna be alright.
Four, three, two, one. Undeserved. Okay, thank you so much.
I wanna take a drink of that water, so I never thirst. From a source that's beyond measure, wanna have new words. Wanna tap into that treasure, spread its wealth on earth. I wanna be rude.